My name is Brian, and you're watching Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. Thanks for joining me. Today's video is going to be about the Schrade SCHF31. Schrade was kind enough to send me this so I could show it to you. So let's take a quick look at it and we'll do some knife stuff. Okay, once again, this is the Schrade SCHF31 full tang fixed blade knife. This knife features a 4.5 inch drop point blade of black coated 8CR13 MOV steel with TPE handle slabs and a lanyard slot. Has an overall length of 9 3/4 inches and a weight of 8 ounces. Comes with a nylon fiber belt sheath, an Amazon price of about 28 bucks. All right, well, that was some brief look at the specs and some of the details on this SCHF31. So promised you we do some knife stuff. Before we do that, I want to ramble for a minute. First of all, again, Schrade was kind enough to send me this so I could show it to you, and I always like to tell people that. A couple of my initial thoughts on this knife before I start really using it. It's got this jimping on the back here, on the back, both the front and the back, I guess, the rear butt or whatever, the handle, and on the side here. Really gives you a pretty good bit of purchase. It's actually, it's reasonably aggressive. Or I'm reasonably sissy, one of the two, but we'll see how it works doing some cutting. Other than that, the handle's got a really good grip on it, good size for me. It's got a great grip. It's got that little finger guard here. It's a, man, there's just a very slightest little bit of a recurve there. Not hardly any, but just a little, just a really great blade shape. Feels really good in your hand. Again, it's full tang. I like these TP handles. The sheath is nothing fancy at all. It's just got the belt loop on it, and it's a molded nylon type sheath, plastic, whatever, and snaps in pretty good. I mean, I could probably shake it out if I tried, but it's just pretty decent, I'd say. It's got all these lashing points on it. One thing it doesn't have, I've noticed, is there's no drain hole at the bottom. Easily fixed with just a nail and a torch, or fire and a nail, or whatever, a drill bit. And it is stainless, so it's not a huge deal. But on these molded sheaths like this, I always like to put a drain hole in the bottom, just in case. I mean, even if it's stainless, you don't want a bunch of water hanging out in it. But I also want to ramble just for a minute, ramble, whatever you want to call it, about knife reviews in general. I'm trying to think of some more interesting stuff to do than just the same old stuff every single time. Bottom line, it's a knife. It's, there's only so much you can do with it, and there's only so much you can do, in a controlled environment with it. But so I'm gonna do the best I can. But this one really does lend itself. I try to use each knife to kind of show its strengths and weaknesses and the pros and cons. And nothing's perfect. Everything's got good points and bad points. And all I can do is just try to be straight up front with you and tell you my honest opinion. And I'm gonna continue to do so. If I can think of some interesting stuff to do, I will. No promises or guarantees there, but without further ado, let's get to some knife stuff. Okay, back here at the old stump top, and I thought I would do today, got a piece of cedar here. It's kind of old dry cedar. And I'll try to see if you can't go ahead and chop a piece of this off, maybe make a little bit of a kind of a one stick fire. We'll see what happens. I'm, as usual, running out of daylight, but we're gonna try this. We're gonna try to baton through this. Now, this is some hard wood. It is stinking tough. So it's probably tougher than my baton, but we're gonna beat the heck out of it real quickly and see. So instead of splitting with the baton, we're gonna try a little harder test with this one. And honestly, the only way I really know to do it effectively is just to go around it, because this is what I would do in a real situation. I'm not gonna try to tear my knife up if I'm in a survival situation, but I do think if you can use your knife smart, be smart about it, and don't be crazy, you can definitely maybe accomplish a lot more than you might think. So let's see if it'll break now. Not yet, okay. Because ideally, I think breaking it's gonna be the best thing to do. So I do think, again, as long as you're not stupid with your tools, you're gonna need them. So you can see that we're like halfway through. Chipped off a little piece, we'll save that. Let's see if this thing will break now. I'm telling you, this is some hard wood. It's coming off in pieces, so I'm gonna keep working at it just for a minute and see if we can get through here. I told you, hard stuff right here. Get it on the edge where it's got something to back it up. All right. Pretty good cut there. So anyhow, we're going to take this piece here and see if we can carve out some fire starting stuff here on it. And again, it doesn't carve really good. Really. Let me go ahead and few shavings here to start with. Man, it's tough stuff. Hard wood, but look how pretty that is there. Isn't that pretty? That's what you're looking for, right? Pretty wood and a knife review. Look at this. I just want to, come on now. I got to put my hand behind it so the camera will focus on it, but look at it. Isn't that pretty? That's just really pretty little feathers. So let's try this now. Let's see if that's fine enough to catch a spark. Don't know if they are or not. We'll try and see. All we can do is give it a shot, right? See if it'll even make. Okay. Well, that part works. So come up with. Look there. Oh, it smells so good too. The cedar. I didn't just put it out. All right, look at that. No fat wood. I know that surprises you because you know how much I like fat wood. I let it go out. Well, fiddlesticks. Okay, so we got some more going here. Take our time. Ooh, look at it get hot. That's hot. Let some of these big ones go. Come on, burn, baby. Don't you go out on me this time. Went out again. The cedar must be a little wet. Must be just a little bit damp. Let's try one more time. Let's see if we got enough in there to strike it. Yes, all right. I get something bigger burning here. Ordinarily, I would say, surely we will agree that I've got a sustainable fire now, but I don't know if you'd believe me after seeing what you just saw. So actually, in the real world, I would probably do all this beforehand. All right, I believe we might have some sustainability going on here now. We're gonna give it a little bit more. I don't want you to think I'm scamming you here. And I've forgotten how to build a real fire, because I haven't. Sometimes we take a few shortcuts for the sake of a video and wind up looking like a dummy. This is not wanting to burn really good. This stuff is just, I think it's been sitting out here. It rained yesterday. Probably soaked up some moisture. It's not really good and dry, hard dry, and it's just not wanting to take really good. hopefully we can agree now that we got a fire. So that's the Schrade SCHF31. Some kind of wet cedar, but I think finally we got it burning. So, so there you go. Okay, so did a little bit of batoning, a little different kind of batoning maybe. Instead of splitting, we did some cross-cutting batoning. A little bit of carving and whittling kind of on that cedar. That was really, really hard cedar. Honestly, I was concerned. I keep saying I'm sorry. I was concerned about this jimping up here being a little aggressive. Really didn't bother me. I hardly ever really put my thumb there, to be honest with you, when I'm carving. I usually just carve full-handed like this. It didn't bother me at all. It actually might have helped the grip even. Very, very comfortable. Didn't notice any real hot spots. I'm carving on the really hard cedar. The strikes a ferro rod like it was born to. You saw that. So even though the cedar was a little damp, finally had an actual sustainable fire going. I don't know if it's still smoking or not. You can see it, but one thing that I was really impressed by this knife is it's just very, 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 very balanced. I just can't tell you how much, really. So there's pretty much an industry standard for a lot of different tests and things that you can do to different gear and different items. And the knife industry is no different. And there's a pretty much industry standard test for knife balance. I'm fortunate enough to have actually a really high-tech testing facility here, real close to my house. So why not take advantage of it? Okay, well, it's a good thing I have this facility here because I'd hate to do a less than industry standard test on something because you deserve it, right? Anyway, this is once again the Schrade SCHF31 full tang fixed blade knife. Really, really got a great edge on it. I can't really tell what kind of grind it is. It's if it's hollow, it might be just barely a hollow grind. It's really, usually you can feel that concavity. It really, maybe a little, but not if it's almost flat. So kind of in between. Whatever it is a carving machine. This thing carved really, really good little feathers on that really hard cedar. You've got a really good 90-degree spine on back of it, and pretty solid. You can see the thickness of the blade here. So it's a strong blade. Beat the heck out of it going through that cedar. Did a great job. Did a great job on the ferro rod. Great job on carving. Whatever. It's not really a chopper. I didn't do much chopping with it because it's just not a chopper. It's a smaller knife. But for an all-around, just a really good size all-around utility knife that is extremely well balanced. I want to check out this SCHF31, and this thing's like under 30 bucks. So heck of a deal. It's probably going to come as no surprise to you, but I like this one too. So I hope this has been helpful. As always, thanks for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up. Let Google know you like it and your friends. Share it with your friends if you think they'll like it. All the above. Thanks for checking out the Amazon links below. And if you haven't noticed, there's some little, up on the corner up here, sometimes little things will pop up. Those are called Google cards. If you hover your mouse over that thing, they'll pop up a link or something for you. So I'm putting little surprises in there for you. Anyway, once again, my name's Brian. You're watching, I'm rambling again. My name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so be prepared. See you next time.